Good evening, everyone, from Scott Bray Field in Leakesville, Mississippi. It's time for area high school baseball action as the Sumrall Bobcats on the road tonight take on the Greene County Wildcats, Game 2 of this district series. Sumrall, a big winner earlier this week, defeating the Wildcats by a score of 10-0. I'm Kelly Sander, along with producer-director Jeremy Thompson. Here to our right, and we've got a battle of left-handers on the mound tonight. Drake Henderson on the hill for the Wildcats. He's the ace of this Greene County staff, and of course he'll be countered by the ace of the Sumrall staff, Cross Sibley. But let's take a look at the Wildcat batting order, or check that, the Bobcat batting order. Sumrall coming in here with an overall record of 13-2. 3-0 rather in district play. Greene County coming in 7-6, 1-2 in district play. Dennis Jackson leads it off for Sumrall. Jackson, playing center field, will bat first. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Zane Berry. Graham Crawford batting third. He's the catcher for Sumrall. Billy Garrity bats fourth. He'll play right field tonight. Jayven Williams, the junior left fielder, will bat fifth. He'll be followed by the senior third baseman, Hunter Barrett, batting sixth. Batting seventh will be the DH, Seth Mitchell, who is batting for the pitcher, Sibley. And rounding out the Sumrall batting order, Mason Story at first base, batting eighth, and the shortstop, Tanner Morgan, batting ninth. So for Sumrall, it's Jackson, Berry, Crawford, Garrity, Williams, Barrett, Mitchell, Story, and Morgan. We'll give you the Wildcat batting order at the bottom of the first inning as we get ready to go here in Leakesville. No wind to speak of, and they've got tailgaters all the way around the field here. You can see in left and right field fans perched up ready to get a bird's eye view of this one as we get underway. The first pitch from Henderson to Dennis Jackson is a little floater right to shortstop, and that is handled easily by the shortstop, Kenneth Moore, and very quickly Dennis Jackson is out. So one away, and that'll bring up Zane Berry. Berry hitting .386 with no homers and 4 runs batted in. Could not be a more perfect night for baseball. Temperature-wise, conditions-wise, humidity-wise, everything is A-okay. And the first pitch to Zane Berry is in there for a called strike. Not very often that you see one left-hander on the mound for area baseball teams, but now you got 2 left-handed starting pitchers going at it tonight here in Leakesville. Second pitch is high and away, a ball and a strike. The starting pitcher tonight, Henderson, for Greene County, was the center fielder Tuesday night when these two teams played up at Sumrall. They play Berry to go to right field slightly. That pitch is low and away. 2-1 now to the Sumrall second baseman. Base is empty. 1 away here in the top of the first inning, just underway, and glad that you're with us. The 2-1 pitch swung on, chopper right back to the pitcher. This should be routine. Steps toward first base, and very quickly Bobcats are 2 up and 2 down. And that'll bring up Graham Crawford. Crawford against the left-handed pitcher will go up there right-handed. Crawford came into this series hitting .341 with no homers and 15 runs batted in. He is second on the team in RBIs behind Billy Garrity, who leads the Bobcats with 18. So base is empty, 2 away. The lights come on here at Scott Bray Field, and the first pitch to Crawford is a swing and a miss. And a fastball that tailed away at the plate, which is a regular movement usually for a left-handed pitcher, is for that fastball to tail away as it gets up there toward the plate. 0-1 to Crawford. Breaking ball is high, 1-1. Great crowd from Sumrall making the trip, but that's not unusual. Bobcat fans for years have traveled well regardless of the sport. 1-1 pitch, that's a called strike at the knees. 1-2 now to Graham Crawford, hitting third in the order. Should he reach, then the cleanup hitter, big time Billy Garrity, would come up to bat. The 1-2 pitch coming high, 2-2 now. The home plate area and the pitching area here at Scott Bray Field are artificial turf, but the infield is grass, and it's natural dirt, natural clay in the infield, and the outfield is natural grass. So the only turfed areas are the mound and the home plate area. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, missed inside, 3-2. Coach Nick Chatham and his staff were up off the bench going to greet the guys as they came in, thinking they had strike 3 there. So payoff pitch coming here to Graham Crawford. Fastball strike. He got him on a pitch down the middle, and Crawford goes down looking, and the Bobcats are down in order in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, so we go to the bottom of the first inning here in Leakesville as Cross Sibley takes the hill for Sumrall. No score. Let's take a look at the Greene County batting order now. Peyton Roberts, the second baseman, will lead it off. Playing second, as we mentioned. Dalton Jenkins playing right field tonight. He'll bat second. Garrett West, the tall first baseman, he'll bat third, followed by the pitcher, Drake Henderson. And Henderson has been very successful pitching here at home. Kenneth Moore, the shortstop, bats fifth. Batting sixth for the Wildcats will be the catcher, Noah Mitchell. Mitchell, quite a football linebacker. He is headed to Pearl River to play football for Coach Ted Egger down there. Walker Bird bats seventh. He plays left. Dylan Miller bats eighth. He plays third base for the Wildcats. And rounding out the order for Greene County is Brantley Smith, the designated hitter. He is hitting for the center fielder, Malachi Graham. So for the Wildcats, it's Roberts, Jenkins, West, Henderson, Moore, Mitchell, Bird, Miller, and Smith. We'll be keeping up to date on the Southern Miss baseball. William Carey is at home tonight against Bethel. And William Carey playing at the National NAIA basketball tournament on the men's side. Of course, the NCAA basketball tournament still in full swing. The final first round games will be played tonight at sites across the country. So lots of things to talk about, but we're focused here on baseball. Time for our Sumrall roll call. You can check in with us at 601-310-7077. Keep that number saved, and you can reach us all season long here on our Sumrall Bobcat webcasts. Christy Martin has already checked in. She's watching live on YouTube in Folsom, Louisiana. We weren't really sure what type of a cell signal that we'd get here tonight, but Christy Martin has gotten through and hope that you will as well. 601-310-7077. The Wildcats wearing their home white uniforms trimmed in navy. And Peyton Roberts, the second baseman, to dig in against Cross Sibley. Sibley comes into the game with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. He has a 1.40 earned run average. Bunt is shown, pop down to third base. Barrett's got it, throw to first, and it's a throw that gets underneath the first baseman. Throw to second is not in time. Mason Story tried to dig that one out of the dirt. Could not, but alertly, Zane Berry tracked it down and made the throw to second, but it wasn't in time. So it will be a hit and an error. And that has Roberts at second base with no outs. And here's the right fielder, Dalton Jenkins. So the Wildcats up to something early here in the bottom of the first. Surprising strategic move in that sense that Barrett has a terrific arm from third base. We've documented that all year long. The only advantage in this type of situation is with Sibley as a left-handed pitcher. We've talked about this as well, that if the pitcher has to field that bunt, he has to turn all the way around where a right-hander is already in position. The Clinton family has checked in. They are watching us tonight. Glad to have the Clintons from area code 601. Still awaiting the first pitch to the right fielder, Dalton Jenkins. He shows bunt and takes a strike at the knees. So again, Sibley 3-1 with a 1.40 earned run average. He, coming into this game, has pitched 25 innings. He has given up just 10 hits in those 25 innings. He has walked 13 and struck out 30, so he's way past that 2-to-1 strikeout to walk average. That is low, 1-1. But the only statistic that's been problematic for Cross so far has been hit batsman. He has beaned 13 batters this year. The kind of talk is that they don't hit Cross, he hits them. But he has had quite a career so far early in his career at Sumrall. The attempted bunt is fouled at the plate. Count goes 1-2. Dalton Jenkins was nearly out of the box, and of course, had he been out of the box and made contact with a batted ball, he'd have been out. So now, with 2 strikes, it would be a real gamble for Jenkins to try to bunt again, but Zane Berry not convinced that he won't try it. He's still in on the grass. Sibley looking back to second base, wanting to see if Jenkins would show his hand there, and he didn't. Bottom of the first inning, Wildcats batting with their leadoff man at second base. Sibley gets the sign, working the far end of the pitching rubber. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. That ball is a fair ball and in play. He didn't mean to do that, but it'll go as a 4-3 putout. Berry was in anticipating the bunt. It was a check swing that kind of went off the end of the bat handle and into fair territory. So Jenkins is recorded out on the 4-3 for the first out of the inning. And he did get Roberts over to third base, where he is with 1 out. And here comes Garrett West, the big power hitting first baseman. West also a member of the Wildcat football team, showing bunt here. Now pulls the bat back, swung on right back off of Sibley's thigh. It bounces nicely to Berry, who makes the play to first base. But on the play, Roberts scores. So West is credited with an RBI on the batted ball. He hit it sharply right up the middle, and Bobcats got a good carom there off the quad of Cross Sibley right to Berry. So 2 outs, base is empty. And here's Drake Henderson, and the Wildcats have already done something tonight that they could not do on Tuesday, and that's to score a run. First pitch to Henderson is low, ball 1. We mentioned the lights are already on here at Scott Bray Field. It'll take a poke to get one out of center field with that blue monster out there. The 1-0 pitch. And that hit him. Just grazed him inside. So another hit batsman. Sibley's 14th on the season, and here's Moore. Moore, the right-handed hitting shortstop. And they want to get a courtesy runner in there for Henderson, as he is the pitcher, so that he can prepare to get back to work. The Sumrall defense, Jayven Williams is in left, Dennis Jackson in center, Billy Garrity in right, Hunter Barrett at third, Tanner Morgan at short, Zane Berry at second, and Mason Story at first. First pitch is high, ball 1 to Kenneth Moore, with the catcher Noah Mitchell on deck. Second district game for these two teams. Sumrall held serve in the game on Tuesday night. Throw over to first base to keep the runner close. Sibley has a terrific deceptive move, which has already racked up a couple of runners over there. The sun now not a factor. Everybody's in the clear. 1-0 pitch, runner going. Throw down to second base. It's to the shortstop side. It gets by Morgan. Rounding second and moving on to third is Henderson. He is there. Crawford's throw again was to the shortstop side. Morgan overran it just a hair, tried to come back and put a glove on it, but it leaked into center field. And Henderson races to third, so he's there with 2 away. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, we've got a 2-0 count to Kenneth Moore. The 2-0 pitch. Outside. No, called strike. On the corner, 2-1. No wind at all to speak of, and Kenneth Moore being played straight away here. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Cross Sibley that put it past him, so Deuce is wild now. Most of the Sumrall crowd over here to our right, and again, the Bobcats always travel really well. Underneath these bleachers, there's actually kind of another tier where a lot of the Greene County folks will sit field level. Swung on, little blooper out toward right field. Barry can't get to it. It drops in for a base hit. And motoring home from third is Drake Henderson, and the Wildcats lead it 2-0. Man, a seeing eye single, a little blooper over Barry's head. Garrity was coming in, but it dropped right smack between them. Good effort by both players. It just was hit where they weren't. So here's Noah Mitchell. Boy, this kid is a big, thick, strong kid. Middle linebacker on the football team, as we mentioned, headed to Pearl River. So 2 outs, throw over to first base, runner back in time. Peyton Roberts put down a bunt to begin the inning. And the throw was a little bit short over to first, so he raced to second on the play. Again, throw over to first. Then Dalton Jenkins grounded to the right side, moving Roberts to third. And Garrett West hit a shot off the leg of Sibley that scored a run. He was out on the play, but then Henderson got hit by a pitch. Swung on. This one's a drive to right field. Billy Garrity tracking it. Billy Garrity going back, and it's over his head, up against the wall. It's a stand-up double with 2 outs. The throw at the plate is off the mark, and the Wildcats lead it 3-0. Noah Mitchell smoked one to right field. Garrity was on his horse quickly and tried to track it down, but it was over his head all the way. Moore scores from first base. Mitchell is at second with 2 outs, and he's credited with an RBI, and that'll bring the skipper, Larry Knight, out of the dugout. And Walker Bird will come to the plate when play resumes. Sibley, just a sophomore. What a terrific freshman year he had last year. And his numbers have been good this year. Just trying to work out a few kinks as he was hitting a few too many batters. And Larry Knight said some bullpen work can straighten those out. Has every confidence that that won't continue to be problematic. So here's Bird now. Interestingly, Mitchell, as the catcher, will not get a courtesy runner. He will run for himself. That tells you how athletic he is, as big as he is. Breaking ball inside, 1-0 now to Walker Bird, the left fielder. So 3 runs in the inning for the Wildcats. Have plated 3 runs here in the bottom of the first. Sibley comes set, crosses 1-0 pitch. That's low, 2-0. Boy, I thought that was right there. Maybe just a shade low. But boy, the smell of hamburgers and grills permeating our press box area here. 2-0 pitch. Bird has worked himself into a fastball count, but he got a bender, and he went after it. 2-1 now. Hitting always a guessing game, and Larry Knight and Cross Sibley fooled him there. Bird hitting 7th in the order for Coach Nick Chatham. But the Wildcats off to the races here early on in the first inning. Plenty of baseball left to play. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. So Sibley's got him where he wants him now. We've heard from a couple folks on our Sumrall roll call. We'd love to hear from you too. 601-310-7077. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, chopper toward first, but this is wide. So foul ball. It'll remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Major League Baseball season getting underway mid this next week. The beginning of a long baseball season. What is it, 162 games that makes up a regular season? And then you got the playoffs that seemingly last forever. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. On a drop third, he was tagged, and Bird is out officially on strike. So Wildcats done, but they get 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We go to the top of the second inning. here in Lakesville tonight. The Wildcats 3 and the Bobcats nothing. Thanks to our sponsors, State Farm Insurance agents Stacy Clark and Lance Ware. Check with your State Farm agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and find out how you can save premium dollars when you bundle your coverages for home and auto. Family Practice After Hours Clinic off of Highway 98 near Merit Health. We thank them for their support of Bobcat Baseball. Magnolia State Bank, our friends at Magnolia State Bank checking in. Bellevue Specialty Eye Care, a new sponsor for Bobcat Baseball this year. Interesting business, Bellevue Specialty Eye Care. It's a lot more than about just getting your eyes examined. The eye is obviously a very important organ in the body, and any potential problems they can even track down for you. And our friends at Sonic Restaurants. Top of the fourth inning from Pete Taylor Park in Hattiesburg. Southern Miss beating Old Dominion 4-0. That is in the fourth inning. William Carey and Bethel are at Milton Wheeler Field. They are 0-0 in the bottom of the third. That's game one of a three-game series. Both of those series are in game one of three. So here's big-time Billy now. Billy Garrity leads off the second inning. Garrity hitting .286 with 4 homers and 18 runs batted in. Lefty versus lefty, the matchup here, as Drake Henderson gets back to work. First pitch is a fastball and a blazer right down the tube for strike one. Henderson much stronger at home here, pitching-wise. He has a confidence here that he just doesn't seem to take with him on the road. Check swing, missed outside, 1-1 now to Garrity. Garrity leads the team in home runs and runs batted in. Bobcats find themselves in a position they have not hardly at all found themselves in this year, trailing. Swung on, there's a drive to right center field. That ball is well hit. That ball is back. That ball is gone. Aloha! On the steel guitar, Billy Garrity has gone yard. A solo shot makes this a 3-1 ball game. He smoked that ball. Some people out there grilling in right center field were quickly up out of their chairs knowing that that one was coming near them. Well, it didn't. It went beyond where they are. So Garrity put it deep into the trees. It's a 3-1 baseball game, and Garrity has hit his 5th of the year. So here's Jayven now. Jayven Williams hitting .308 with no homers and 11 runs batted in. The righty stepping in there against the lefty, takes a strike on the outer part of the plate. And kudos to the PA announcing staff here at Greene County who have pronounced Jayven's name correctly every time. And poor Jayven, a lot of ballparks they'll call him Javon or other derivations, but they got it right. Jayven, there's a strike, 0-2 now to the Sumrall left fielder who came into this game hitting .308 with no homers and 11 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped it up, left side of the infield. Being tracked over here at third base and hauled in easily right on the line by Dylan Miller. And Jayven Williams is a pop-out victim. There's one away. But Garrity gets the Bobcats on the scoreboard with that solo homer, and here comes Hunter Barrett. Barrett hitting 6th in the order. Hunter came in hitting .289 with no homers and 14 runs batted in. First pitch to him is a foul tip at the plate. And when you look at this Bobcat batting order, 4 guys are in double-digit RBIs. They're right there together. Williams has 11. Barrett has 14. Crawford has 15, and Garrity now has 19. The 0-1 pitch coming. Outside. 1-1 now to Hunter Barrett. He'll be followed by Seth Mitchell. Bobcats batting in the top of the second inning, trailing Greene County 3-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped out of play to the right side. And if that happens to hit my car, it might actually improve the value of the car, depending on where it was hit. 1-2 the count. Henderson ahead in the count, and here is the lefty's delivery. Thought that he caught the corner. The hat came off and kind of a delayed stare toward home plate, but it was called outside. 2-2 now to Barrett. Three-man crew here. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So bases empty, 2 away, and here's Seth Mitchell now. Mitchell hitting .333 with a homer and 8 runs batted in. Seth, the designated hitter, hitting for Cross Sibley. They got a little fire going out in left field in one of the executive lounges up there. First pitch, swing and a miss. Went right after him with a fastball. The tailgating areas out there are they're elevated. They're kind of built up where you take the ladder from the ground up to these areas that are even with the top of the fence. That pitch is low, 1-1. Should Mitchell reach, then Mason Story would come to bat here. In the top of the second, Sumrall trailing Greene County 3-1. Missed upstairs with that one. 2-1 now. Bases empty, 2 away. Sumrall back at home tomorrow against the West Marion Trojans. 2-1 pitch. Low, 3-1. West Marion's got some great wins this year, including wins over Northwest Rankin, among other schools. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, fouled into the net, so he got the fastball. Couldn't barrel it up, and the count goes full now at 3-2. Lewis Norman All-Pro Realty, a sponsor of our Bobcat webcasts. Lewis Norman's got his thumb on the real estate pulse in Sumrall. Contact him for any building. A swing and a miss by Seth Mitchell there. A strikeout victim, the third Bobcat to strike out in the game. But Sumrall comes up with 1 run on 1 hit, the Billy Garrity home run. And we go to the bottom of the second here in Lakesville tonight. And the Wildcats lead the Bobcats 3-1. Other sponsors include Diversified Forestry, longtime supporters of Sumrall Bobcat Baseball, and the orthodontic team of Doctors Granberry and Henderson. Warren and Warren Asphalt is proud to support Sumrall Baseball, providing quality asphalt work for businesses and homeowners throughout the state. Warren and Warren is Mississippi owned and operated. Larry Warren is the business owner, and you can call him directly on his cell phone and he'll actually call you right back. Imagine that. No job too big or too small, but a reminder that Warren and Warren does not do highway work. Kelly Sander along with Jeremy Thompson here in Lakesville tonight on this perfect Friday night for baseball. Well, weather-wise it's perfect. The scoreboard not looking too good right now, but plenty of baseball left here. Sumrall trailing Greene County 3-1. We mentioned the Wildcats will be home tomorrow to play West Marion at 1 o'clock, and then they get back into district play next week when the Purvis Tornadoes, the defending district champions, will provide the opposition. The Bobcats will be at Purvis on Tuesday, and then they'll come back to Sumrall later in the week. So here's Dylan Miller to lead it off. Dylan Miller, the third baseman. He'll be followed by the DH, Brantley Smith. First pitch to him here in the second is inside, ball 1. Dylan Miller put Jayven Williams out on that little lazy pop down over there by third in the top of the inning. The 1-0 pitch is low and in, 2-0. We mentioned Brantley Smith on deck, then they go back to the top of the order, Peyton Roberts. Fastball count coming here. There is the fastball, but that's low, 3-0. Buster, Patricia, Max, Miley, and Yachty Wolf are watching the Bobcats on YouTube from West Hattiesburg. 662 area code for West Hattiesburg. Glad to have you along. And we appreciate you checking in with us as part of our Sumrall roll call. Fastball strike is there. 3-1 now to Dylan Miller. Swung on, right back to Cross Sibley. Stuck the glove out there to rob him of a base hit. Over to first base, and Miller is retired. Nice play by Cross Sibley. Lots of times pitchers forget that they become fielders once they release the ball. And Sibley helped his own cause there, stabbing that one as it had eyes to get into center field. Mason Hudson from the 601 with words of encouragement. Another bunt put down. Sibley has to turn around to make that throw, but is there in plenty of time, so Brantley Smith is out. So quietly the Wildcats are up and down 2 in a row here in the bottom of the second inning, and they'll go back to the top of the order. Glad to have Mason Hudson along with us. Bethel now leading William Carey 3-0 as they go to the bottom of the 6th at Milton Wheeler Field. Breaking ball is off the mark there to Peyton Roberts. Roberts put down that bunt in the first inning that Barrett did a good job to come in and get. The throw was just a little bit short, got under the glove of Mason Story, and Roberts wound up at second base. That pitch is low. 2-0 now to the Wildcat leadoff hitter as he bats in the second inning with the bases empty and 2 away. Sibley from the full wind. Swung on, right back to Sibley again. Crossed a great job defending his position. Throws over to first base, and Peyton Roberts is out. Boy, you don't see that in the scorebook very often. A 1-3 put out for the first out, a 1-3 put out for the second out, and a 1-3 put out for the third. No runs, no hits, no errors for Greene County in the second inning. Wildcats leading the Bobcats 3-1 as we head to the top of the third. Sumrall will send Story, Morgan, and Jackson to the plate. We thank our friends at La Torre's Fine Foods in Sumrall, longtime supporters of Bobcat Athletics. Our hometown diner features steaks, seafood, chicken, salad, sandwiches, po' boys, burgers, you name it. But anything you name is going to be good. Don't forget La Torre's Country Plate Lunch, which includes a salad and a drink. La Torre's Fine Foods, 1143 Highway 42 in Sumrall. Instead of turning to go to the field, just turn the other direction. It'll be right there. You turn to go to the field off of Highway 42, you turn the other direction, and La Torre's is right there. So the big left-hander for Greene County, Drake Henderson, will face hitters 8, 9, and 1 for Sumrall. Here's Mason Story to lead it off in the third. Story hitting .263 with 1 homer and 6 runs batted in. Lefty versus righty, the matchup here. Again, the wind is not a factor. It is a perfect night for baseball. And you probably can't see it as good as our picture is. You may or may not be able to see. First pitch is outside, ball 1. That even the smoke from the grills in the outfield is just kind of rising straight up, showing you that things are still here tonight pretty much. 1-0 pitch to Mace. Swung on. 1 hopper to second base. Throw over to first is in time. And boy, almost a little bit too nonchalant was Peyton Roberts. He nearly put that ball in the dirt. So Story is out, on the ground out, and here is Tanner Morgan now. Tanner came in hitting .194, that average beginning to creep up. Tanner with 1 home run and 6 runs batted in. First pitch from the lefty Henderson is low, ball 1. A lanky left-hander. Boy, if you're a left-handed thrower, the advantages you have as far as, playing at the next level, the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. 1-1 now to Tanner. He'll be followed by Dalton Jackson as Sumrall bats in the top of the third inning. Bases empty, 1 out. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Morgan went upstairs to try to put that one to right field. Missed it. They actually are shading him to right just a little bit. The center fielder, Malachi Graham, shading over that direction. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a foul tip. That'll go in the book as a strikeout. Tanner Morgan is out. He is the 4th strikeout victim of the night for Henderson, and that'll bring up DJ. Dalton Jackson, who hit a soft liner to the shortstop Kenneth Moore his first time up. In fact, it was the first pitch of the game. First pitch to him here is outside, ball 1. Jackson hitting .436 with no homers and 9 runs batted in. Jackson headed to Ole Miss to play some football. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. On the Sumrall roll call, Mary Ann, Mama, and David from Seminary are shouting out to the fabulous Barrett boys. So glad to have Mary Ann, Mama, and David with us. 1-1 pitch. That's fouled into the screen. From Seminary, home of the Seminary Bulldogs. Well, they can cook some food in the dog pound there. Seminary, you ever get to a baseball or football game there? Some pretty good victuals. The 1-2 pitch. Off-speed Bender is in there for strike 3, and Dalton knew it. Down he goes. And so too Sumrall quietly in the third. 3 up and 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. There's now 5 on the night for Moore. And we go to the bottom of the third inning here in Lakesville tonight. Greene County leads Sumrall 3-1. Elite Physical Therapy is one of our sponsors. Elite Physical Therapy provides outpatient physical therapy, pre- and post-operative rehab, pediatric therapy, even weight management. And they work with all insurance plans. They want to ensure access to you within 24 hours of referrals. 3 locations, too, for Elite Physical Therapy. Hattiesburg, Petal, and Wiggins. Elite Physical Therapy, their mission is to serve their patients. So the Wildcats will send hitters 2, 3, and 4 to the plate against Cross Sibley here in the bottom of the third. Dalton Jenkins, Garrett West, and Drake Henderson. Henderson will go up there to try to help himself. The last report, Southern Miss was winning in the 4th inning against Old Dominion. I think Old Dominion had only lost like 3 games coming into that series. William Carey was being beaten by Bethel 3-0. Homecoming this weekend at William Carey. We'll try to get you a basketball score too. The men's basketball team at Carey was getting started a little bit late at the national tournament up in Kansas City as the Crusaders play in the 2nd round up there. Of course, Coach Larry Knight's brother Steve, the head basketball coach at William Carey. So here's Dalton Jenkins. First pitch from Sibley is a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Wildcats. 1 run on 1 hit for Sumrall. The 0-1. Inside and low. Dalton Jenkins grounded out to Zane Berry his first time up, so officially 0 for 1. The lights on here at Scott Brayfield on a perfect night in Greene County. Weather-wise, kind of tried to poke that one to right field, but fouled it out of play. 1-2 now the count to Dalton Jenkins. Big Garrett West is on deck. The 1-2 offering. Breaking ball, was able to spoil it as he slapped it away. 1-2 the count. Cross Sibley facing the leadoff hitter for Greene County here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 1-2 pitch from Sibley. Breaking ball struck him out. Swing and a miss on the inner part of the plate. Jenkins down on strikes, the 2nd Strikeout victim for Cross Sibley, and here's Garrett West, who hit the ball sharply up the middle, and it caromed off of Cross Sibley's quad, his leg, and it actually caromed pretty much to Zane Berry, who was able to make that play. So lefty versus a righty here. They work him outside. Ball one. Garrett West's little brother Connor, who's just a freshman, they'll be expecting great things from him as he comes up through the Wildcat system. 1-0 pitch is low, 2-0 now. Again, West is, like his teammate Noah Mitchell, headed to Pearl River to play football. Says he wants to try to play baseball as well. Here's the 2-0. Inside, 3-0 now. To the big, thick first baseman for Coach Nick Chatham. And the Wildcats of Greene County leading Sumrall here 3-1. 4 straight pitches, and West is aboard. First walk of the night issued by Sibley. Ann Williamson is checking in from the friendly city of Petal. I guess it kind of depends where you're from as to whether it's the friendly city. Of course not. Petal's a friendly city, but Oak Grove people could always joke, I don't know, it's not very friendly when we go there. Bradley Snyder is running at first base for West. And Henderson will come up to bat here. Henderson facing off against his Sumrall counterpart, Cross Sibley. Lefty versus lefty. Sibley has struck out a couple. He has walked a man and hit a man. First pitch is right there for strike one. He reared back and put that one right down the tube. Dennis Jackson playing Henderson to pull slightly as he is shaded toward right. Nothing drastic, but throw over to first base. Sibley's move well documented now, so unless teams really want to try to steal, they will stay pretty closely tethered to first base. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, little slow roller toward first. Mason Story fields it, gets it to Sibley, and Sibley gets the foot down just in time. Good communication. That can be a real problem for infielders, but good communication there. It'll actually go as a 3-1 put out, 2 away, and the runner advanced to second. So Snyder is down there with 2 away, and here's Kenneth Moore here, who singled his first time up and wound up scoring a run. Greene County batting in the bottom of the third here in Lakesville, leading Sumrall 3-1. Breaking ball took a big turn inside and hit Kenneth Moore. So runners at first and second now, and here's Noah Mitchell, who did damage last time up when he hit a rocket over the head of Billy Garrity in right field to score a run. And Garrity now, seeing that it's Mitchell, will begin to back up out there in right. Garrity read it right off of the bat. It was just hit so well that even as quick as Billy is, he couldn't catch up to it, and it dropped over his head by about 7 feet out there. Runners will be moving with 2 away. Snyder is at second. Moore is at first. And Mitchell getting some last-minute instructions from Coach Nick Chatham. Mitchell hitting 6th in the order. Should he reach, then Walker Bird would come to bat. First pitch to him. The breaking ball that did not break at all, and actually that one got away from Cross. Crawford had no chance to try to get that one, so runners advance to second and third on the wild pitch. And here's Mitchell now, where a base hit with the runners going on contact would most likely plate 2 more. That pitch is high, 2-0 now, and that will bring Larry Knight out of the dugout. The last 2 pitches for Cross Sibley were way off the mark, and he looks very uncomfortable, quite frankly. And the skipper saw that, and he's quickly out of the dugout. From the 601 area code, beautiful night for baseball. Keep it rolling, Wildcats, with a thumbs up emoji. The count is 2-0 to Noah Mitchell. The danger that count presents is that we've talked about before on these webcasts, the 2-0 is usually a fastball count. Noah Mitchell knows that, and with the power that he has, if he barrels one up and puts one into the gap here, 2 would score easily. Sumrall trails 3-1. And the Wildcats batting in the bottom of the 3rd. Logan Powell checking in, former Bobcat standout. Glad to have Logan with us tonight, if in spirit. From the 601, the 2-0 count. Went with the breaking ball and dropped it in there for a strike. So Cross Sibley not afraid to bring the bender in there on 2-0, and that's what he did. Mitchell seeing it, laid off of it. 2-1 pitch. There's the fastball, swing and a miss. He blew it past him. Power versus power there, and Sibley got that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is a pivotal at bat for Sumrall, trailing 3-1 in this game. Sibley gets the sign from Crawford. Noah Mitchell waits. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3, a fastball at the knees, and down he goes. What a pitching sequence by Cross Sibley. Mitchell down on strikes. The 3rd strikeout of the night for Sibley, and the Wildcats strand 2. No runs on no hits. The runners were put there via the walk and a hit batsman. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Sumrall trailing Greene County 3-1. Sumrall returns home tomorrow for a 1 o'clock game with the West Marion Trojans. And tomorrow morning, we want to invite you out to the Southmouth Deli on Highway 98. Our first breakfast with the Bobcats that we kind of call Cat Chat. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we'll be on our YouTube channel. 8 o'clock in the morning, yes. 8 o'clock in the morning. So join us for a cup of coffee. Coach Knight and I will be there with a couple of the players. We'll talk about the season so far, his expectations for the rest of the way. We'll preview the West Marion game and preview the big Purvis series coming up next week. That's tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock live on our YouTube channel. Breakfast with the Bobcats, a.k.a. Cat Chat, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And we'll be bringing you more of those as the baseball season progresses. We'll be having you check in there as well. We want to see that you're up and at 'em with us on a Saturday morning. So for Sumrall in the top of the 4th, Zane Berry, Graham Crawford, and Billy Garrity come up to face the left-hander, Drake Henderson. Henderson has only given up 1 hit, and that was the homer to Billy Garrity in the 2nd inning. Lefty versus righty matchup here. The 3rd baseman, Dylan Miller, in at 3rd, anticipating a potential bunt. Shows bunt and takes a breaking ball strike. Zane came in hitting .386 with no homers and 4 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch doesn't show bunt this time and fouls it off to the right, a little squibber. Boy, it looks like fog on your screen in right center field, even a little bit in left, but that's not. That's just smoke from the grills out there by the tailgaters here in Lakesville. The 0-2 pitch, high and away, 1-2. Of course, Greene County High School now, but it used to be Leakesville High School back in the day. The Leakesville Bears is what they were called. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, cold, strike 3 on the corner, and Barry down on strikes. And boy, Drake Henderson is having him a night. The 6th strikeout of the game so far. And here's Graham Crawford, who was one of those strikeout victims back in the first. Graham hitting .341 with no homers and 15 runs batted in. Bases empty, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Sumrall trailing Greene County 3-1. First pitch as he rears back and delivers the fastball low, ball 1. Coach Cooley in the sleeves, long sleeves down at first. Boss man down at third base. 1-0 pitch, swung on. Here's a drive to left center field. That ball is well hit. That ball has a chance. That ball is gone. Aloha on the steel guitar. He thought it might have been a ground rule double, but it is indeed a home run. Graham Crawford has gone yard, and the Bobcats are within 1. Man, did he jump on that ball. And to me, it was a no-doubter right off the bat. Crawford's first home run of the year. Good for him. And he did it right-handed. So Sumrall has cut the lead to 3-2. And Billy Garrity comes up to bat, who hit a home run in his first AB. The pitch from Henderson. Breaking ball, missed high. Ball 1. So when the Bobcats decide to hit it, they hit it a long way. There are only 2 hits of the night, both solo homers. The 1-0 pitch. High and tight, 2-0 to Garrity. And now Noah Mitchell, a catcher, wants to talk it over, settle Henderson down a little bit, and talk to him about the dangers of Garrity at the plate. 1 out, bases empty. Sumrall batting in the 4th, trailing now 3-2. Well, this win would be really big, because then you'd have the tiebreaker against Greene County and Poplarville, 2 of the teams that were expected to finish in the upper tier in this district. Now time is called. Of course, the big series of 589 coming up next week. Sumrall will play at Purvis on Tuesday, and then the Tornadoes come back to our place later in the week. 2-0 pitch is low, 3-0 now to Garrity. So even with bases empty, this might be kind of an unintentional, intentional walk. We'll see if they come after him on 3-0. They do, and there's a strike. So now will they come after Garrity? The 3-1 count to number 3-1. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Woo! Garrity about air-conditioned this press box area with that swing. I don't think he was trying for a seeing eye single. Count full at 3-2. 2 power lefties. The pitch swung on, popped it up. I mean, this is a high pop-up in foul territory. West is over there by Coach Cooley, and they will call coach interference. Cooley did not really see the ball and was not necessarily trying to get in the way of West. It's just one of those situations. And the out is automatic there. And I think Coach Chatham was going over there to see, I think he thought that they were going to award Garrity first base, but of course the ball was in foul territory anyway. And now Larry Knight coming over to get an explanation. And he will say that Coach Cooley was in the coaching box, and because he was in the area designated for the coach, that he didn't necessarily have to get out of the way. But the long and the short of it is Garrity will be ruled out on the pop-up to first base. That's the 2nd out of the inning, and bases are empty here. But the Crawford home run has brought the Greene County lead back to 3-2. Larry Knight still wanting an explanation. Mike Smith down there talking it over with him. And the home plate umpire keeping Coach Cooley at bay down at first. Meanwhile, the starting pitcher, Drake Henderson, playing a little catch here to stay loose. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at the Southmouth Deli on Highway 98 for our first breakfast with the Bobcats, Cat Chat. Coach Knight will be there with a couple of players. You'll get to hear the players up close and personal. You'll learn all about them, not only as baseball players, but as fine young men. And we'll have that show periodically for you throughout the season. Coach Knight now will get back to his coaching box, and Jayven Williams will come to the plate. He popped out to third base his first time up. Sumrall batting on the top of the fourth. On the road tonight in Greene County. First pitch is a fastball that missed high, ball one. Jayven hitting .308 with no homers and 11 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch, that's there. A belt buckle heater right down the middle, 1-1 to Jayven. Should he reach, then Hunter Barrett would come up to bat. 6 strikeouts on the night. So that ball is lifted foul, and we'll get into foul territory. You have got a lot of room down there beyond the foul line in right. Southern Miss has extended its lead. Boy, what's gotten into the Eagles all of a sudden? 7-0 over Old Dominion. Old Dominion has but 1 hit. Both teams have a couple of errors, and that's something Southern Miss just has not done a very good job of this year, playing defense, but winning big tonight. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, popped it up. Shallow right field. Right there waiting on it and making the catch in right field is Dalton Jenkins. So Jayven is out on the fly. So 1 run on 1 hit. It was the Crawford missile to left center field, and we've got a 3-2 baseball game as the Wildcats come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Movie Star Restaurant is the place for home-cooked favorites in the Pine Belt. Fried chicken, vegetables, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, just a few of the Movie Star's lunch buffet menu items. Come eat dinner at Movie Star on Friday and Saturday nights. Movie Star classics like ribeye steaks and hippie chicken, seafood platters, and much more. And pretty soon you'll be able to get Movie Star food on Waiter. On your phone app, you can check out their Facebook page for more details. Movie Star Restaurant on Old Highway 11 right across from Temple Baptist Church. So Southern Miss winning. At last report, Cary was being beaten by Bethel. Pretty good. Still 3-0 in that baseball game. William Carey trailing 34-29 against Mid-America Christian out of Oklahoma. That game has gone to half now. 34-29, Carey trailing at half. In the NAIA National Tournament in Kansas City, Missouri. So here's Walker Bird. He struck out in the first inning. He was the first strikeout victim of Cross Civilly tonight. Lefty versus righty, the matchup here is the Wildcats bat in the 4th. Just about an hour into this game now. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. The Wildcats got all 3 of their runs in the first inning. Back-to-back hits, a single by Kenneth Moore and then a double by Noah Mitchell did a majority of the damage. The 0-1 pitch. And that hit him inside part of the plate. That is the 3rd hit batsman tonight. And here is Dylan Miller. Miller hit a smash right back to Civilly, and he snagged it and threw him out. So Barrett will come in at 3rd. They are anticipating bunt all the way here with the number 8 man in the order at bat. And he pulled it back, and looped it into left field for a base hit. That's the old slash play. You show bunt to pull an infielder in, then go back into your regular batting stance. And he roped it into left. So runners on first and second with nobody out. And with the number 9 man in the order, Bradley Smith, although he is the DH, he's in that number 9 hole. And you would think this would be an absolute perfect time if the Wildcats were going to bunt. Strategy would certainly dictate that you put a bunt down here. Zane Berry anticipating it, coming in midway from second base. Sibley, again off of the rubber, wanting to see if Bradley Smith was going to square around. And you can bet that Nick Chatham made a call, but then said, don't give it away too soon. They play him straight away here. But textbook strategy would have the bunt go down here. And there is the bunt, right back out. Berry goes to third for the force out, and they get him. Heads up play by Zane Berry, who threw a rocket to third base, and they got him on the force. Big play. It'll go in the fielder's choice. Bird is out at third for the first out. Now runners at first and second again with one away. Boy, that was a gutsy call, too. Graham Crawford made that call for Barry to go to third because they got him by between a half and a full step, but if they don't get the force out there, the bases are loaded with nobody out. There's a breaking ball away to the leadoff hitter, Peyton Roberts. Runners on first and second. One out for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the fourth. Roberts has singled and grounded out. He's 1 for 2. The 1-0 pitch from Sibley. He puts the bunt right back down. Sibley will have to field it. No place to go but first. And Mason Story dropped the ball at first base. That'll be an E3. Just took his eye off the ball for a second. Larry Knight claiming that the base coach for Greene County touched the runner and aided the runner. So now we'll have a discussion here, because the base coach is not allowed to touch the runner in any way, shape, or form. And Larry Knight saying he touched him and the runner should be out. Boy, this is a big call here one way or the other. And they claim the runner is safe, that he was not aided by the coach. And Larry Knight will follow Mike Smith out into right field. And now go back to the dugout. Coach Knight's been around long enough to know where the line is drawn, and he doesn't want to go over that line. So the bases are juiced. They're full of Wildcats with one out, and here's Dalton Jenkins, who has grounded to second and struck out. And boy, would a strikeout here be big. The Sumrall bullpen begins to warm. 2 righties getting to work. Stagner, one of them down there. Dalton Jenkins hitting second in the order. No place to put him. The first pitch from Sibley. Swung and a miss. Cross went right after him and put it past him. 3-2. Greene County, but the Wildcats making some noise here in the bottom of the fourth against the outstanding sophomore pitcher, Sibley. Now takes that foot off the pitching rubber and he'll get back to work. The 0-1 pitch. Low, 1-1. Sumrall folks thought it was there. Just a little bit low is the call. Tanner Morgan shaded toward the second base hole. So some room on the left side of the infield. Dalton Jenkins looks at a breaking ball, strike. 1-2 now. Sibley ahead in the count. Sumrall will play back looking for a potential inning-ending double play. Sibley gets the sign from Crawford. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low, and it hit him. It hit him on the foot. A hit batsman and a run for the Wildcats. So Smith goes to third. Roberts goes to second. Jenkins is at first. And here is Garrett West with the bases loaded and only one out. And Garrett West is a bomber. He's got an RBI in this game. He has grounded to second. He was the one that hit the carom off of Cross's leg. And then he wound up walking. Bases full of Wildcats. Greene County put the run back on here in the fourth that Sumrall got in the top of the fourth on the Crawford homer. Sibley comes set. The first pitch to West. Breaking ball way high and outside. Ball one. Story and Barry kind of creeping in a little bit on the right side. They're on actually the whole infield now has pulled in to the edge of the grass. Now West calls time again. Sibley being very deliberate here. He doesn't want to make a mistake to West with the bases loaded. 1-0 pitch. That gets away from the catcher. Streaking toward home is Brantley Smith. It's another run, and it's 5-2 Greene County. So West now has runners on second and third. The double play now is off the table. The conventional double play, that is. But the infield still pulled in. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, little chopper right back to Sibley. Holds the runner at third, throws to first. That is the best possible result that Sumrall could have there. Sibley fielding his position beautifully tonight. That is now, he is either made or assisted in 5 putouts, Sibley has. So 2 outs. And here's Drake Henderson. Henderson's been hit by a pitch and he grounded to Story. Second and third, 2 outs. First pitch swung on, chopper toward third. Tanner Morgan's got it. Throw to first base. He beat it out. Now throw to third. Runner back in behind the play. It was a slow chopper. Morgan had to wait on it to come down out of the air, and he pulled the trigger as quickly as he could. But quickly down the line, Henderson, a left-handed hitter, that extra step made all the difference in the world, and it's an infield hit. So it's another run. It is 6-2 now in favor of the Wildcats. Another RBI for Henderson. And here's Kenneth Moore now, the 8th Wildcat of the inning to come to the plate. 6-2 Greene County. Greene County split last week with Lawrence County. Throw over to first base. Moore has singled and been hit by a pitch. So he's officially 1 for 1. The shortstop for the Wildcats with runners at the corners and 2 away. And now he steps out. Perfect night for baseball here in Lakesville. First pitch, breaking ball, inside. Nice job by Crawford to block down on it and keep it out in front. 1-0 the count to Kenneth Moore should he reach the always dangerous Noah Mitchell on deck. Wildcats put up 3 in the first inning. They have added 3 more here in the fourth. Solo homers by Garrity and Crawford. The lone Sumrall runs. Throw back to first again. And teams have learned if they're not stealing or don't have a man maybe on a hit and run, they need to stay close. Sibley has a terrific move. One 0 pitch. That's too high. 2-0. The Sumrall bullpen is quiet now. Stagner was loosening earlier. Kenneth Moore hitting 5th in the order. This Wildcat bunch, completely different ball club here in Leaksville. Throw again over to first base. Again, it's not that they're getting too big a lead over there. In fact, that would be, by all standards, a pretty conservative lead. Throw again over to first base. Speaking in general terms, you want your leadoff length to be about a body and a half in length. So if you're 6 feet tall, you'd want about a 9-foot lead. 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Dennis Jackson straight away in center field. The Wildcats batting here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kenneth Moore, the 8th man to the plate in the inning for the home team. 3-0 pitch. Strike on the corner, 3-1. Kenneth Moore, the shortstop. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the inner part of the plate, 3-2. So now, the runner for Henderson at first will be on the move once Sibley commits to the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, grounded to short. Morgan's got it. Wanted to flip to second and then threw the ball over the head of Mason Story. Another run scores. Throw back to third. Runner in safely. Wildcats not taking very good care of the baseball. That's an E6. Another run is in. And that'll bring Larry Knight to the mound. Runner advances to third from first. And Moore is at first base. And J.C. Stagner will be called in as Cross Sibley's night is done. 7-2 Wildcats. Stagner will inherit the runners at the corners. Runners at first and third. And the 9th man in the inning, the potent Noah Mitchell, will come up to face the Sidewinder. We want to thank our friends at Premier Orthopedics for being a sponsor of our webcasts, serving all patients throughout the Pine Belt, treating shoulder conditions, joint problems, tendon and ligament issues, dislocations and fractures. Dr. Burns is board certified in the area's only fellowship-trained joint replacement surgeon. Dr. Burns specializes in anterior hip replacement and total knee replacement. Call Premier Orthopedics 296-2100, or you can follow them online and book your appointments there. So J.C. Stagner, who was warming earlier in the inning, comes in to try to put out this fire. Stagner has a 0.0 earned run average. He has thrown 3 1/3 innings. He has given up 5 hits. He has walked no one, and has struck out 10. How's that for a ratio? Not the typical Sumrall team you've seen so far this season. Here's Mitchell. Noah Mitchell doubled to right field in the first inning with an RBI. He struck out looking in the third. So runners at the corners. Wildcats have put across 4 more here in the bottom of the fourth, leading Sumrall 7-2. So Stagner, the young sidewinder, comes to the plate, and there's a strike on the corner. Should Mitchell reach, then Walker Bird would come to the plate. But the Bobcats trying to put this fire out, and they've already been burned. Faking the throw to first and third. Bobcats return home tomorrow for a 1 o'clock game against the West Marion Trojans. Look, don't sit on West Marion. Got some quality wins this year. 0-1 pitch. Missed inside, 1-1. Noah Mitchell, you thickly built like a catcher, you'd expect. And being the starting middle linebacker on that football team, he was all district, all everything. One pitch coming after a throw over there to first base. Greene County came in 7-6 overall, 1-1 of the division. Bobcats came in 13-2, 3-0 in district play. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, slow chopper toward third. Barrett's got to come in and get it. Sets his feet, throws over to first, and he's out by half a step. So Mitchell out on the 5-3 putout. Great play by Hunter Barrett. And that brings the inning to a close. But the Wildcats got 4 runs on 2 hits. Hit batsman in an error. Never anything that you want to have happen, but it is part of the game. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Barrett, Mitchell, and Story to face Drake Henderson, who no doubt has an infusion of confidence now that his teammates have extended that lead when Sumrall had brought it back to within 3-2. Buffalo Wild Wings in Hattiesburg, a big supporter of Sumrall Bobcat baseball. Every time you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, let them know that you're with Sumrall, and they'll give 10% of the cost of your meal back to the school. The menu is loaded with go-to crowd pleasers and fast break lunch specials. And of course, if you're going to watch the NCAA basketball tournament away from your home, no better place than Buffalo Wild Wings off of I-59 and Hardy Street in Hattiesburg. Uncle Ernie has checked in from the 601 area code, also from the 601. I want to congratulate Cruz Freeman. Cruz hit a home run last night, not surprising to me at all. The old digger can play. So the Wildcats have now with a 7-2 lead, and the Bobcats have to get busy here. Barrett up to bat. Hunter struck out in the 2nd inning, came into this game hitting .289 with no homers and 14 runs batted in. Facing the ace of the Greene County staff, Drake Henderson. First pitch swung on, looped into right field, that's down. This will get at least 1. Barrett rounds first, he's on his way to 2nd. He'll be there with a leadoff stand-up double to begin the 5th inning. First pitch swinging, and he loops it inside the line down right field, and so far so good here in the inning for the Bobcats. And here's Seth Mitchell. Mitchell struck out in the 2nd inning. He was the 3rd strikeout victim for Henderson, who has struck out 6 Bobcats tonight. So a great start to the inning here. 7 runs on but 5 hits. for Greene County. 2 runs on 3 hits now for Sumrall. Bobcats batting in the top of the 5th. First pitch, swing and a miss as he just brought some major heat to Mitchell. On the swing and a miss there. Greene County and Sumrall 4A. 2 good 4A teams, swing and a miss again. And it looks like the Wildcats are just going to be content to put the heat down the middle and challenge Mitchell to hit it. Sam Clark and Jace Broom are checking in from the 307. Indeed, it looks like they need to get some things rolling here, but bringing encouragement from the 307 area code. Glad to have you with us. I think you might be an hour or 2 behind us even. Is that the Mountain time zone or the Pacific time zone? Not sure. Probably Mountain, huh? 0-2 to Seth Mitchell with a runner at second base. The leadoff double by Hunter Barrett. That's where he is. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, and he did. He just brought 3 heaters down the 2, and Seth couldn't catch up. 1 away. And the 7th strikeout for Henderson, and that'll bring up Mason Story. Mason grounded to second his first time up. Mason came in hitting .263 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. The first pitch to him, and that's way inside. Actually was so far inside it went behind him. Hunter Barrett will scoot down to third, as there was no way that catcher Noah Mitchell could come up with that one. By far the ugliest pitch of the night that either pitcher has thrown, really. Coach Andy Davis's mom and dad cheering for the Bobcats from Taylorsville. Jeremy's mom, Karen, is checking in. There's a base hit to right field. Mason Story delivers a 1-out single, and the Bobcats continue to chip away. It's now 7-3. An RBI for Story. Jeremy Thompson's mother, Karen, checking in. A shout out to Jeremy's sister, Emily, and Coach Davis's daughter, Riley. They're with us on the webcast tonight. Jeremy's sister, Emily, and Coach Davis's daughter, Riley, both made the Classy Cats dance team. Jeremy jumping for joy over here to our right. So here's Tanner Morgan. Tanner 0 for 1. Coming into the game, hitting 194 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. Sharon Brakefield has also checked in. A lot of you joining us here late in the action. Hopefully you can see it come from behind Bobcat win. There's a strike to Morgan. A run for the Bobcats in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, 1 more here in the 5th. That pitch is off the plate. 1-1 now to Tanner with the leadoff hitter, Dennis Jackson, on deck. For Greene County, it's been feast or famine. 3 runs in the 1st, 4 in the 4th. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. To Mitchell and Morgan. Henderson has just been rearing back and trying to blaze the fastball past him. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Morgan out on strikes. So 2 outs in the inning. And 8 strikeouts now for Henderson. Marshall Phillips over there at first base running for Mason Story with 2 outs. And Jackson hit a soft liner to shortstop for an out, and he struck out. Swing and a miss. Henderson is just rearing back and throwing it as hard as he can. They played Jackson to go the opposite way slightly. All kinds of room in left center field. The 0-1 pitch. Another fastball, another swing and a miss. I'd love to see Dan's be able to get one down in the left center field power alley. just to see if maybe he could touch all 4 of them as fast as he is. No balls, 2 strikes to Dennis Jackson here in the top of the 5th. Throw over to first base now to keep Marshall Phillips close. Boy, Marshall Phillips has got such a bright future, I think, in a couple of sports, both football and baseball. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, that one missed 1-2. You know that Henderson's going to go the distance here. If he has any say in it. 1-2 pitch, high and away, 2-2. So Dennis not biting on a pitch that was upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Zane Berry would come to bat if Dennis can find a way on here. The pitch. Swung on, a little chopper right back to the pitcher. Has no place to go but to first, and the throw is on the money. Dennis Jackson is out. Out on the 1-3 put out. But Sumrall comes up with 1 run on 2 hits. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Leaguesville tonight. And the Wildcats will send out hitters 7, 8, and 9 to face J.C. Stagner. ComSouth is a sponsor of our webcast. ComSouth offering a full portfolio of 2-way communications, 911 call taking, radio dispatch consoles, and safety solutions, including GPS tracking. ComSouth also has 4 locations to serve you across the state: Hattiesburg, Laurel, Macomb, and Meridian. And I actually got my taxes done today. News wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Oh, it's still bad. I mean, it's taxes after all. But Martin's E-Tax can help you with yours, and even when it's not tax season, they can help you as they're open all year round for your personal and business tax. Visit Martin's E-Service, or E-Tax rather, at 4879 Highway 589 in Sumrall, right across from Sumrall Town Hall, or you can call them at 758-0733. That's Martin's E-Tax. So J.C. Stagner finishes up his warm-ups. And he'll face Walker Bird, Dylan Miller, and Brantley Smith. Walker Bird struck out and was hit by a pitch. Stagner, usually on in that closing role, will now be used as a middle reliever here to try to keep the Wildcats at bay, as the Wildcats trying to peck away maybe a run here and a run there to get back in it. First pitch, swing and a miss. PA music was still going there. Now he's ready to get to work. But it is an 0-1 count. So there's a chopper toward third. That ball is fair. Barrett's got it. Great throw across the diamond and right on the money. Great play by Hunter Barrett to retire Walker Bird. That can be a very difficult play. The first baseman going toward the line. But Barrett positioned his body as such that when he threw the ball, his shoulders and hips were already pointed toward first. And it's the little things like that that make good defenders great. First pitch from Stagner is a beauty right on the corner. J.C. Stagner on in relief of Cross Sibley, facing Dylan Miller, who has grounded to the pitcher, singled and scored. There's strike 2. Stagner has been hammering the strike zone here in his brief appearance tonight. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. How about J.C. Stagner? And here's Brantley Smith now. He has grounded to the pitcher, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to him, swung on and popped it out of play. That was tailing away, and he wanted to stab that ball kind of out toward right field, but fouled it off. Brantley Smith, the DH, hitting for the center fielder, Malachi Graham. Breaking ball in there again. Stagner has thrown nothing but strikes. 2 outs, bases empty here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Stagner strikes out 2 of the 3 men he faced here in the inning. And the Wildcats go quietly in the 5th. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. And Sumrall will send hitters 2, 3, and 4. Barrett, Crawford, and Garrity to the plate. Trailing 7-3. And as expected, and why not, Drake Henderson back out there for the Wildcats to try to protect this 7-3 lead. Sumrall returns home tomorrow for a 1 o'clock game against West Marion, but don't forget to join us tomorrow morning on our YouTube channel at 8 a.m. We will be live at the Mouth South Deli on Highway 98. We actually invite you to come and join us if you want to join us for some breakfast. At 8 o'clock, Coach Knight will be there with a couple of the players. We'll talk with them. We'll preview the big series coming up with Purvis. A look at the West Marion game tomorrow and his thoughts on the season so far. That's tomorrow at 8 o'clock on our YouTube channel, 8 a.m. Cat Chat, breakfast with the Bobcats. Southern Miss leading in the bottom of the 8th, 9-0 over Old Dominion. Boy, Old Dominion putting up no opposition whatsoever. Only 2 hits on the night for Old Dominion. At last report, Cary was being beaten 3-0 against Bethel in game 1 of that 3-game series. And the William Carey men's basketball team was down by about 5 points at half in the next round of the national tournament. Bethel has extended that lead now to 9-2. So it looks like Bethel's in good stead tonight. First pitch swinging, and Zane pops it out of play down the right side into the Sumrall bullpen. Zane is grounded to the pitcher and struck out looking. He's 0 for 2. Came into the game hitting .386. Well, that average is really climbing up there. Next pitch is a called strike. Cary trailing 51-49 at the national tournament with 7:53 left to go. Cary playing a #1 seed and only down by 2. 0-2 pitch, fouled away again. Zane Berry hanging tough here, the leadoff hitter in the top of the 6th inning. Sumrall trailing Greene County 7-3. Drake Henderson has gone the distance. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, little flare out into center field. That's down for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there by Zane. Didn't try to force the issue. Just went with the pitch as it was pitched. And he's aboard. So can the Bobcats work this score a little bit closer? It's up to Graham Crawford, he will. He is 2 for 2. Check that. 1 for 2 tonight with a home run, a solo homer. First pitch to him is high and outside. He got 2 potential home run hitters in Crawford and Garrity back-to-back here. This 4 runs is nothing at all insurmountable to this Sumrall team. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, chopper toward third. Bobbled, only plans at first. Will they get him? They will not. An E5, and here go the Bobcats. And now Garrity's up. He has homered, and I mean a Herculean clout to right field in the 2nd inning, and then popped to first base. Lefty versus lefty. The pitch, breaking ball, strike. Not something that Garrity was anticipating there, seeing something off speed. Garrity came in hitting .286 with 4 homers and 18 runs batted in. Now that's 5 and 19. Throw over to first. Garrett West pulled the ball down out of the air. And Sully Clark over there running for the catcher, Graham Crawford. Got back just in time. 0-1 the count to Garrity. Breaking ball, popped it up. This is a moonshot towards center field. Waiting on it to come down and making the catch in center is Malachi Graham. The runners will hold, and there's one away. That'll bring up Jayven Williams. Jayven looking for his first hit of the night. He has popped to third and flown to right field. Oh, what you wouldn't give for one in the gap here. Jayven hitting .308 with no homers and 11 runs batted in. The first pitch from Henderson. Fastball, strike. Larry Knight has called timeout now. I don't know if he wants to talk to Jayven Williams or if he wants to talk to the home plate umpire. He'll go to Jayven. Jayven will be followed by Hunter Barrett. Barrett doubled his last time up and scored. And while he's talking to Jayven, he gets a word or two to the home plate umpire. Good strategic move there to make it appear that you're talking to your player, but get a little dig in at the home plate umpire. 0-1 the count to Williams with runners on first and second for Sumrall here in the top of the sixth. One out. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball fouled into the screen. He has pretty consistently, to Jayven Williams and Seth Mitchell, challenged them with straight heat and said, here it comes, hit it. 0-2 the count. No wind at all. They're playing Williams to go the opposite way. All kinds of room in left center. The 0-2 pitch swung on. This one is towards second. Fielded and then booted. Everybody's safe. So now the Wildcats kicking the baseball around a bit. Bases are loaded, and here's Hunter Barrett, who we mentioned doubled last time. Can the Bobcats find a way here in the top of the sixth inning to close this gap? Barrett represents the tying run at the plate. The first pitch from Henderson. Fastball swing and a miss. Barrett's other at bat, he struck out swinging. Zane Berry is at third. Sully Clark is at second. Jayven Williams is at first, and one away for Hunter Barrett, hitting sixth in the order. The 0-1. Fastball fouled into the net. Uncle Ernie says, let's go Honeybee from the 601 area code. You can join us too at 601-310-7077. Let the Cats know you're behind them. All kinds of room in left center field. I think I could have it inside the park homer if I were to hit it to left center. Swung on. This one is lifted foul out of play to the right side. And again, he's pretty much just brought Hunter Barrett straight fastballs. The lefty has a natural tendency for that ball to run away from right-handed hitters. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Two away. That is the 9th strikeout of the game for Henderson. And here is Seth Mitchell now. Can the DH hitting .333, whose job it is to hit, come up with something here with a bases loaded, swing and a miss. And he has seen fastballs all night, and he just has not been able to barrel it up. Runners will be moving on contact. The carousel will turn on any kind of hit. The 0-1 pitch. Another fastball, but that one's inside. 1-1. Should Seth Mitchell find a way to get on, then Mason Story would come up, and Mason had a single and an RBI his last AB. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Important to note here that there's no place to put Mitchell. The bases are stuffed full of cats. Sumrall trailing 7-3, but looking for one hit to significantly close the gap. The 2-1 pitch. Outside again, 3-1 to Seth Mitchell. A walk is as good as a hit, as they said in your pickup games as a little kid. The easiest RBI there is, the bases loaded walk. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. From the 6-0-1, let's go Sully Clark and the Sumrall Bobcats from your Westbrook neighborhood. Well, they've got an opportunity here as they bat in the 6th inning. The Wildcats running out of outs. Big pitch coming up here to Seth Mitchell. That bat bouncing off of his right shoulder. Drake Henderson, the starting pitcher. The lefty comes set. Kicks, delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Bobcats made a lot of noise. No runs on a hit, a couple of errors. They stranded 3. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Lakesville. And the Wildcats will send their top of the order to the plate. Peyton Roberts, Dalton Jenkins, and Garrett West. Leading Sumrall 7-3. As Stagner comes back out to work. We want to thank our sponsors, State Farm Insurance Agent Stacy Clark and Lance Ware. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. State Farm, you're not only getting great insurance coverage, but you're buying that brand that when you ask people when it comes to property and casualty insurance, 9 times out of 10, State Farm is going to be in those top 2 or 3. You don't get a reputable name like that by not taking care of business. So thanks, Stacy Clark and Lance Ware. Kelly Sander with Jeremy Thompson here in Lakesville tonight. Sumrall will have to bring the bats certainly to life in the 7th inning and hold the Wildcats off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Peyton Roberts has singled. He's grounded to the pitcher and reached on an error. 1 for 3. The second baseman facing J.C. Stagner, who was brilliant last inning. First pitch here, tries to put the bunt down and missed it. Stagner has gotten a couple of ground outs and a couple of strikeouts. And he's ahead in the count here, 0-1 to Peyton Roberts. The 0-1 pitch. There's another one. I'm telling you, Stagner has been a strike-throwing machine tonight for Sumrall. Pounding the strike zone. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball away. That was by design to try to get him to chase that one out of the zone. So 1-2. Stagner not a picky worker either. Gets the sign from his teammate. There's a little flare out into left center field. That is down for a base hit. Roberts rounds first. He'll hold there though, and he's there with a leadoff single to begin the bottom of the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Dalton Jenkins. Jenkins has grounded to second, struck out, been hit by a pitch, and when he got hit by a pitch, he scored. Righty versus righty, the matchup here. Barrett is in on the grass at third, anticipating that maybe a bunt will be coming here. Breaking ball, just missed up. Ball 1. Stagner on in relief of Sibley. If this score were to hold, Cross Sibley would take the loss. Bobcat defense playing Jenkins straight away. Throw to first. They had him leaning, and he is out at first base. Great move by Stagner. He saw Roberts taking 2 or 3 steps and not keeping his eye on the pitcher. Stagner saw it and picked him off. William Carey at the National Men's Tournament trailing 57-56 with 4:29 left to go. Chopper to third. Barrett knocks it down, throws, and there's that missile over to first base. Dalton Jenkins is out on the 5-3. Base is empty, 2 outs. And here's Garrett West. Wildcats leading 7-3. Righty versus righty here. West has grounded to second with an RBI. He has walked and grounded to the pitcher. He's officially 0 for 2. First pitch from Stagner is a breaking ball away. Ball 1. Wildcats batting in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading Sumrall 7-3. With a 1-0 pitch. Swung on, a little check swing, but that's foul. So Stagner, who gave up a hit to Peyton Roberts, made up for it by picking him off at first base. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, cue-balled off the end to the right side now. 1-2. He fooled Garrett West on that pitch. Stagner pretty cool too, dude, because he's not a really big kid. But he has pitched well tonight. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. He's got him to chase. A pitch that was out of the zone. West is down on strikes. Stagner's 3rd strikeout in his brief tenure tonight. No runs on a hit. Seven runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Wildcats. 2 runs on 5 hits. Check that, 3 runs on 5 hits. Couple of errors for Sumrall. As Drake Henderson comes back to the mound here in the top of the 7th inning. Last chance 7th for Sumrall. It'll be Story, Morgan, and Jackson. Bobcats take on the West Marion Trojans tomorrow. And again, you think West Marion, well, the Trojans aren't necessarily known as a baseball school, and maybe that might be true, but they've got some quality wins this year. If you'll check them out and do some research, you'll see that one of the teams they beat was this Greene County bunch. They've also beaten Poplarville, and they've beaten Northwest Rankin, who Sumrall is scheduled to play later in the year. So West Marion's certainly capable. That's a 1 o'clock start tomorrow. But before then, our first installment of Breakfast with the Bobcats, Cat Chat. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock at the Southmouth Deli on Highway 98. Come and join us. We'll be there live, and we'd love to have you there with us in person. But if not, you can join us on our YouTube channel. Here's Mason Story. He has grounded to second and singled with an RBI. Last chance 7th for Sumrall. 7-3 here. First pitch is away, ball 1. Story hitting 8th in the order. Came into this game hitting .263 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch, check swing, but it's a called strike. And I would be surprised if Henderson didn't just rear back and throw heaters here and challenge the Bobcats to hit him, because you can tell he's got the adrenaline going here with the hometown crowd behind him in a 7-3 lead. That pitch is high, 2-1. Henderson has been so tough here in Leakesville. All kinds of room in left center for Mason Story. 2-1 pitch is high and outside, 3-1. One thing that Nick Chatham has to be careful about is that his pitcher doesn't get a little too much adrenaline and loses focus a little bit. The bottom part of the Sumrall order here. 3-1 pitch. That is a fastball on the corner, and the count fills at 3-2. Tanner Morgan on deck, and Dennis Jackson. 8-9-1 for Sumrall here, and a big pitch coming up for Drake Henderson. The payoff pitch. Too high. Ball 4, and Mason Story is aboard. So here's Tanner Morgan. Story is going to get a runner. Is that Ty Little? Hayden Barrett. So Barrett will go in to run. Tanner Morgan will hit here. Tanner, a strikeout victim in the 3rd and a strikeout victim in the 5th. Chatham, Coach Nick Chatham takes the opportunity to talk to his Wildcat bunch here as Larry Knight makes the substitution with Barrett over at first base. And one of the things that Chatham might be saying is don't be rattled too much by the runner at first, because in the grand scheme of things, that's just 1 run. The Wildcats have got to come up with 4 here just to stay alive. But so far, so good. The leadoff man is on via the walk. And here's Morgan. First pitch to him is a strike. And again, nothing fancy here by Drake Henderson. He's just rearing back and chunking fastballs. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled into the screen. Tanner in an 0-2 hole here now. Tanner hitting 194 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. And like Story, they're playing him to go the opposite way. The 0-2 pitch swung on, lifted foul. So Tanner got a piece of that one. Well, you can't help but think that if Tanner Morgan can find a hole somewhere, that Sumrall would wave that magic wand and figure out a way. 0-2 pitch, called, strike 3, a fastball on the inner half of the plate. Tanner knew it, and he's back to the dugout with 1 away. That is the 10th strikeout, according to my records. No, check that, 11th. 11th strikeout on the night for Drake Henderson, and here's Jackson now. Jackson, an 0-for-3 night working. First pitch to him is high and away. Dennis came in hitting .436. No homers and 9 runs batted in. That pitch is on the corner for a strike. 1-1 now. Garrett West might worry about Barrett a little bit at first, but really doesn't need to, because the left-handed pitcher can look him right in the eye. And again, Sumrall needs more than 1 run. This one is popped out of play, right behind home plate. Final score in baseball action: Southern Miss defeated the Monarchs of Old Dominion 11-0. It's not been a good week for Old Dominion. They got beaten the first round of the NCAA basketball tournament, and Southern thumped them tonight in baseball. 1-2 pitch is away, 2-2. The Bobcats can get to the middle part of that order with some base runners. You never know what might happen. Trailing here 7-3. Barrett is at first with 1 out. In the 7th, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, slapped towards short. Sharply hit, flips to second base for 1. That's all they'll get. Fielder's choice rings up Barrett at second. Dennis Jackson is at first with 2 away. William Carey has taken the lead over Mid-America Christian, 62-60 with 35 seconds left to go in the game. In Kansas City in the NAIA National Tournament. That'll be a huge win. First pitch swung on toward short. To his right, flips to second again for the force out on Dennis Jackson, and that's the ball game. The Greene County Wildcats, who have become very good at defending their home turf, have defeated Sumrall by a score of 7-3. So the 2 teams split on the series so far this year. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock at South Mount Deli on 98 for breakfast with the Bobcats. And then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, the Bobcats at home at Larry Knight Field against West Marion. Greene County a winner tonight, 7-3 Over the Bobcats, the winning pitcher is Drake Henderson. The losing pitcher is Cross Sibley. For producer, engineer, director Jeremy Thompson, I'm Kelly Sander. Thanks for joining us. Good night from Scott Bray Field in Leakesville, Mississippi.